Well, let me tell you something, Jack. Blood-soaked wrestling by Steven Cooper has enough body-slamming, back-breaking, suplexing action for even the most jaded NJPW marks. There's no 6-star Meltzer classics here. Just chairs, tables, fireballs, razor blades, tits, and barbed wire. Are you hard enough for BSW? Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. Blood-Soaked Wrestling is a novella by Steven Cooper from exploitation and follows Nate Elliott as he attends an event run by the elusive and ultra-violent BSW wrestling promotion for his first time. After months of watching the same extreme professional matches on video, yearning to one day see Blood-Soaked Wrestling live, Nate finally gets his chance when the group comes to a small arena, charging a hefty price for tickets, and also asking patrons to cut their palms and smear their blood onto the ring mat as they enter. Some of the stuff here felt a little on the nose, but it's presented in such a way that I didn't mind too much. The narrative here follows the BSW event card, each chapter detailing a different hyper-violent matchup and all the gory details of who's getting slammed, sliced, and burned. This fed is like CZW on steroids. And crack. We see it all through Nate's eyes and also ride along with him as he encounters two other BSW fans sitting near him. Two girls who are way out of his league, but bond with him over their love of depraved violence. There are some necessary evils when writing this style of narrative, most of which come down to the fact that the main way to do it is simply to relay the events occurring at the moment. We get detailed rundowns of the action in and around the ring, relayed through our surrogate Nate. There are some cutaways to Nate's thoughts and feelings to spice it up pretty well, but I did feel I may have liked this story to be a bit shorter, and I found myself reading a chapter every night rather than plowing ahead through this one. As a longtime wrestling fan, I found this to be written effectively, in a way that didn't speak down to me or pander too much. I'm not sure how it would read with those unfamiliar with the real sport of kings, but I imagine it works pretty well, and frankly, they're probably not reading this one anyway. Laying out a fight scene can be difficult, and Cooper made a whole book of them, while also adding the theatrics of pro wrestling, so I can respect that a lot. I've read some of Cooper's other work, and his penchant for the depraved comes through pretty nicely here. It's an interesting venue for extreme horror. The immersion here was well done, and Nate was a fine character to stay with. I wouldn't say this book is wild or mean-spirited as some of Cooper's other work, but I kind of like that. It does definitely have its blood, guts, piss, and ickiness as well. I'd recommend this one for readers who like their horror the same way they like their wrestling. Extreme. It seems clear there's a pretty decent crossover market between horror and pro wrestling. I think this one's most effective when it's taken in small bites, and the whole will leave the reader pretty satisfied. Blood-Soaked Wrestling is available on godless.com, and you can check out Steven Cooper at splatploitation.com and his YouTube channel. He does a lot of great reviews of books. He does some interviews and some inside baseball stuff is in terms of self-publishing and writing and all that. It's good stuff. Check out the channel, check out him on his socials, check out Splatploitation. So Winston, what'd you think of Blood-Soaked Wrestling? Did it have you chanting, BS'd up, BS'd up, BS'd up?
Blood-Soaked Wrestling by Steven Cooper gets 7.5 bloody stars at the Tokyo Dome.